Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad, you don't play sports standing still, so why do you train that way?
That's a very good question.
And we're going to say you shouldn't train that way. We're going to show you how to train with motion.
Right. You want to train as close to the sport as you can, that direct correlation.
Make that simulation.
Right. And we've got the perfect tool. This is really just getting going, and we're really going to bump it up, and it's going to bump up your performance.
If you don't have one, you're going to want to go out and get one today. It's the wall anchor unit, along with using some type of stretch band, which you can buy separately.
Right.
We actually do have some that we're going to sell with it eventually.
Sure.
So, by the way, in case you are new to our channel,
yes.
please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, if you have a chance, go to Facebook, because Brad and I just discovered this.
Yes.
That every time you like us, an angel gets its wings. Or a devil gets its horns. You have one of the two. So.
Yeah.
All right.
One way or another, something's happening.
Something's happening.
Okay.
All right, Brad's going to show number one, if you are into swimming.
Or if you're into swimming, I've been swimming for 15 years. I do it competitively with triathlons. Not really aggressive competitive, but I want my times good. For 15 years, my 100-meter stroke has been constant at about a minute and a half.
Plateaued.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, I started this exercise January 1st of this year, and I'm setting PRs.
No kidding.
Oh, and
at your old age, you old man?
At 55 years old, I'm setting PRs for myself, considering I was training really hard 10 years ago. And you can see why. I get my body in the same position, and I do the same stroke. And I can move my body similar as I can with swimming, and I work the exact same muscles, and naturally we're going to do both sides.
How many do you do of these, Brad?
I do 3 sets of 10 to 12 on each arm. Okay?
Gotcha.
And I do work some other exercises with that, which we're not going to get into, but they all correlate to swimming. Takes me about 15 minutes, 3 times a week, and my times have really improved. What's next, Bob?
Wonderful. Next one, we're going to do golf, Brad. This is my sport.
There you go.
Now, a lot of people ask, how can you love a sport so much that you're so bad at? Well, that's me. But anyway, you can get actually into the correct form here. Are we locked up good?
Yep.
Well, we can get into the correct form here. So my arm is straight. This one's into my side like it should be.
Sure.
And now I can just work on my core. So I'm coming down like this.
Right. And that's something you really cannot, it's hard to see, but when you do it, it's like, oh, I feel exactly
well,
what you're
I actually
talking
use
about.
double when I do the core. And then
Sure.
I actually do some single, because you really want to have that left arm dominant or right arm dominant, whichever you are. So I do some doubles and I do some singles. All right, so that's the golf thing, Brad.
Right.
All right, then we're going to go into volleyball. Now I have, bowling. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Bowling. My wife bowls. I haven't had her start this one yet, but this is going to work your core and arm strength at the same time here. So, usually you start off like this, right, Brad?
That's fine.
Get it hooked up here, correct? You're going to start like this, and then you're going to go ahead and work like this. And you can do repetitions. And this is going to strengthen your legs and your core so that you're going to stay steady when you're throwing that ball.
Now we've got different color bands. The color tells the resistance of the band. The other really nice thing, if Bob wants to increase the resistance, he just steps farther away from the wall.
Exactly, and I can also add to it, make it, double it up to make it harder yet.
Now, I don't know if Bob, you know anything about bowling form, but I certainly don't. But there's probably a lot of form that you want to coordinate with the strengthening, and that's the beauty of the band.
Right, and I bowl casually, so I haven't bowled in years, so I apologize to the bowlers out there if my form looks terrible. So
yeah,
all right.
I don't know anything about bowling, so it looked good to me, Bob.
Next one, volleyball. So Brad's going to do the lower double, actually, probably.
So I need resistance, so I'm going to double it up on this. It just happens that one of them is too weak, but one works really, or two of them work really well. So, and I'm not a volleyball player, but I know you can work that bump motion here.
And you can go side to side.
And you can do movement. You can even go forward with it. You can go backwards. Boom. Now, the beauty is we've got 3 different levels, and that really comes in handy, particularly for this volleyball.
Well, the other thing on the volleyball I was going to mention, Brad, when you're working on that, you can work on your knee position so that they're not going in like this. This causes a lot of injuries on girls, especially on women.
Right.
So you really want to, when you're working on going back and forth, keeping those knees out over the, over the foot instead of coming in like that.
Yep. I'm going to use the higher one to work on the spike, and I'm going to lock this in here like that, and now I've got some distance I can work with, and here we're working that same spiking motion, But when you spike, you always jump,
Right.
So you can, boom,
Look
and
at
throw
you,
it
Brad.
with some resistance. Yeah.
I actually could
2
slip
points.
slip a piece of paper underneath it. 2 points. How do you get 2 points?
Well, I don't know. Whatever points you get. in volleyball.
Basketball.
Okay.
Sorry. All right, go to something you know more, maybe a little bit. How about boxing, Brad?
Okay, I do know more about boxing. So on this,
Brad is a second-degree karate.
I'm black belt in American
Black
Taekwondo. So if I had this when I was in my prime, I would have really helped my technique, my speed, and my power. So you can work it here, and you can throw that jab, that punch, that hook, that uppercut, boom, and it really works well because then you can move around. Boom. Come on, Bob, get up here.
That's all right, Brad.
And you can really see this is really the ticket. This
Yeah.
is unbelievable.
All right, next one, Brad. Okay, I'm not much of a baseball player either. I didn't play it, but I played softball. You could actually hook this top one up like this. And now, I look at this. If you're a pitcher and you're rehabbing your shoulder.
Sure.
A lot of times I know we're working on that internal rotation,
Yep,
aren't we?
right.
So you can start off here, and you can just go ahead and step in like this, and you're working, and you can again increase the resistance over time as you start working on this. But again, it's a nice working core,
Sure.
working the shoulder at the same time with motion instead of going like this.
Right.
You
Yep.
So you can even do some double ones like that. The middle one, I'm going to go ahead. The other one is, this is kind of almost like my golf one, Brad, where you're going to go ahead and you're going to line up like you're going to be in the right behind the mound here. I mean, not behind the mound, behind the plate.
There we go.
So we're going to be like this, and we're going to work that core. Again, working that core. And
Yeah.
again, if you want to make it more resistance, step out further, and also, you can also add bands to it.
Right, that's how we have these extra bands hanging here, because you could really put some resistance on there if that's what you need.
I'm starting to breathe, Brad. You can also step into it like you do.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that what they do?
Yeah.
I know I used to have been softball.
Well,
I
yeah,
used
I've
to
been
step into
watching
it.
a baseball on TV, and they're stepping. I did
All
play
right.
baseball when I was a kid, but that's a long time ago.
Yeah, me too. All right, next one, where are we at? We're at tennis, Brad.
Tennis. Okay.
We're not letting anybody out here.
All right. So tennis, I'm going to use 2 bands on here, and we're going to use the middle level. I think this is something, if you're a tennis player, if you wanted to, I don't know if this would be advantage for those lower.
Oh, sure.
What do you call this? Front hand?
Yeah, forehand.
Forehand. I'm sorry. I apologize to the tennis players, but we can go here, or you can bring it right over here and work that backhand.
Which is where you often need to work on the strength,
Right.
don't you, Brad?
Now,
And that where you're probably going to start with a single band,
Yeah,
aren't
for
you?
my arm, I'm going to go single, and then you can get some nice movement, and you can work that boom, boom. And I imagine tennis, like anything else, you're using your body and your hips. You can easily come over and work your backhand.
So what's
And
cool about this
John
is,
McEnroe was on the other side. I got him.
so what's nice about this, you can do this in the off season, in your house. Nobody knows you're getting better, and then
Right.
you come out and you play your friendly, and you just whoop up on them. So,
Little
all right,
whoop.
for basketball, lower double we're on here. So I'm going to take the lower one here. Basketball, really important to have good form when you're playing defense, and hands up, they always say. So you're going to be going side to side like this. So I actually working on my posture and working on my arm strength and doing side to side like you're going to do when you're playing defense in basketball.
This athletic position, you could use this for so many sports, that particular drill. It really, because it works that posture and keeps you strong.
Yep, and we can also do chest passes.
Oh, yeah.
We can work on that. So again, we're going to go out here like this, and you're going to step into it here. Step into it here. And again, I would probably use more resistance on this to do this one.
We would start double.
I'll probably double it up. And then you can also step the other way.
I would
Step
have to triple it up.
Yeah. Strong like bull or full of
yeah.
bull, one of the two. Strong like bull or full of bull.
So,
And then the jump shot.
the
Do you want to show
yeah.
that, Brad?
So I'm going to get a little more distance so I can get some motion, and boom, and it gives you extra resistance so you can work that power. So you're going to get those 3-pointers in.
Yeah, you actually got some leaps there. I'm really surprised. You want to put the last one on, Brad, the soccer?
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
while he's doing that, I want to show something real quick. Wait, I'm going to be right back.
Don't run away.
A lot of people, we got one bad review on and we were so upset about this because somebody said they couldn't put the band on there. They had trouble because they said it didn't go through the middle, which it's not really designed to go through the middle, really. It's designed, this is really a thick band.
Yeah, that's a thick one.
And all you got to do is pull it apart, and then you can pull it on, put it on there easily.
Right.
So unless you have some really weird design, you know, it's going to work with almost all tubing.
Yeah, and you can see like on the bottom one here, you know, you can go through the middle and wrap it in like this, so you get to lock it.
Yeah.
You know, you pull one at a time, so that's a nice
You want to
way
look at the
lock it.
brochure, because the brochure indicates some different ways you can put it on. So now he's getting ready. Some of these kits come with a cuff set,
Yeah.
so you can actually work on the lower extremity. And there, Brad's got her hooked up.
Yeah.
And
So
let me get out of the
then
way.
you can work that. And I'm not a soccer player,
Yeah.
so but a soccer player, I'm sure you could use your imagination on what you. Do they ever kick this way?
I don't know.
I never saw it, but
You could kick it forward.
right.
You could, yep.
Boom.
Yep.
Boom. This is really embarrassing us for our soccer knowledge. But, you know, if you're a soccer player, forgive us.
Yeah,
and
you'll
I'm sure you can
understand.
understand where the benefits for this type of training can be good for you. Actually, you know, Bob, I'm just going to mention, if you don't have a Velcro strap, you could just wrap it around like this, and it's going to work too.
Really?
Yeah. There you
didn't
go.
even see that.
Yeah, save you a little money. It's not as comfortable, but it works.
All right. Well, I hope we gave you some ideas there, folks. We can see that you know, the possibilities are endless, aren't they, Brad?
Oh, yeah.
So,
The wall anchor is going to up your game at least 3 steps.
all right. Thanks for watching.